at the Global Venture Summit in Luxembourg with more conversations from the floor with our speakers and with our companies. And in about an hour, we're going to do a live pitch competition with 6 companies in the university's incubator. And I'm going to ask you guys to pick the favorite, the winner, the fan favorite of that competition live here on LinkedIn. But this is a special edition of the Power Lunch as well. You can look at our schedule that we have coming up over the next couple of weeks. It's a fantastic schedule. I've got a live interview with that I'm going to have with Elizabeth, blanking on her name. But anyway, we're going to have some fun conversations here in the next couple of weeks. But today, like I said, we're at the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, and I've got Benjamin Joffe. He is co-founder and partner of SOSV Deep Tech Ventures, and we're going to talk today about venture capital. What is venture capital? And you've been doing this a long time, and to me, I know when I was a startup company, venture capital was the furthest thing from my mind. It was this thing that these really unicorn companies maybe got. It was the furthest thing from my sort of my thinking, but I think that's changing. So talk to me about venture capital, what it is, and sort of explain that.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Rhett, for having me.
Yeah.
And so venture capital is a way to support financially fast-growing businesses. You have a good idea, or you have done some research, and you want to start a company. Banks don't lend you a whole lot of money. You may not have a lot of saving. And if you want to be able to hire people, do more R&D, support the early growth of your company, you're not really interested in focusing initially on profits. You're mostly interested in growth. And venture capital is generally the way to go. So venture capital firms, there's many thousands of them, focus on different aspects of financing. Some focus on the very, very early stage, like us, when we invest in a small team with an early prototype. Some focus on financing growth, and sometimes like a very, very large scale. For example, the SoftBank Vision Fund is a $100 billion size fund, and they write checks of hundreds of millions to companies that are already have already a product on market, already some scale to get them to the next level. The type of so our fund is $250 million. We typically invest the first check between $100,000 to $250,000 in small teams of 2 to 5 people with an early prototype, and we help them through cash, through the support via the incubator programs that we run to get to the next level of access. They put their product on market, either grow from there or access further venture capital. And we work with a lot of companies to do that.
So you write that first check, then they go into your program. And how long is that program? What does that look like?
So it depends a bit on the type of product they're developing. So we have a few specialties. If you do anything with electronics, we have a program for that lasts at least 4 months. It takes you all the way to Shenzhen, China, to help you iterate really fast on your prototype. It's called like basically the Hollywood for electronics. Things go at super high speed. Even the team from Silicon Valley tell us that it goes 4 times faster than that one. And when they go through that program, they do human operations. They have a much more advanced product that they're ready to go to industrialize. They might have their first customers also by the end of the program, and it's a good time to raise their first seed round, which could be on the low end from a few $100,000 to a few $1 million. So that's our Harvard program. We have another program focused on life sciences based in San Francisco called Indie Bio, and for that program, it's about 3 months, and we have our own wet labs where you have all the biohazard safety equipment, and they can do their development. We have experts on site. They're also surrounded by a lot of other startups that we invested in with whom they can exchange. So there's kind of an advantage of having some critical mass of startups in the same domain, in the same place. So in that case, after about 3 months, those companies tend to be a bit more binary in the results. Either they actually find a good market, and then they can raise $3 million basically after 3 months, or they will need a another year of development to get something. So it's a little bit different. We have a few small programs as well.
Are you trying to get them to like a minimal viable product at that stage, or is that the
Yeah,
is that
so
the goal of that
that's a
program?
popular concept. I would say it's a shorthand to say minimum viable product. What you want is actually the minimum fundable milestone. And that might be product related, that might not be product related. Maybe from the technology side you actually have everything you need, but maybe your team is not convincing enough. Maybe you're lacking this industry person, you're lacking this business person, you're lacking this specialty researcher person, this scientist to join the team. Maybe that will be what will unlock the next step of resources. In some cases it's having your first customer, in some cases it's improving further the technology. So that's actually really tricky for companies that if you don't follow the right milestone, you dedicate a lot of resources to that. And even if you reach it, maybe it doesn't unlock the next wave of resources that you need. So that's it's really case by case. Like in the case of biotech, in some cases the milestone might be regulatory. Like, do you have NDA certification for this? So that's so that varies.
What is so what happens after they go through they've gotten the initial funding from you, they've gone through the 3 or 4 months through this program, what happens with it next?
So typically
What kind of assistance, what kind of further help do you get?
So they still have access to resources. We dedicate a bit less time to them because we have new startups coming in. But we help them at the critical turning points of the company. They need to raise funding. We help them get in shape for that. We have make a lot of introductions to VC other investors in our network. We help them sometimes to the media. We help them introduce to corporates that might be connected to. So we support them as much as we can. Then once they raise the seed round, we typically participate in the seed round. Rarely lead them because we invest in them. We invest about 150 companies every year, so that's a lot of companies to follow. Our own team is quite large. We have about 100 people, about 10 investing partners. So it's also quite large operation because we have so many experts within our labs and teams.
But you guys are global, so I mean it's SOSV.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
So SOSV stands initially for Sean O'Sullivan Ventures. So Sean O'Sullivan is a managing partner of the fund and was for many few years of the fund the main investor. He's an entrepreneur, IPO the company in the 90s that was putting lab on computers. Then he worked on a few different projects, HP Coolcoin, cloud computing. So he sees behind corners a little bit. And he felt that there were some particular sectors that were underfunded, that were hard to do, and that if you provide the right resources, you actually have competitive advantage as an investor to work with those startups. So that's why we focused on the tech, hardware, robotics, IoT, life sciences.
Have you seen anything here? I know you're here kind of looking around to see what might be interesting.
Yeah, so we participate in a lot of events because the startups we invest in are typically very, very early. They have an early prototype, but they're sometimes kind of almost embarrassed to show it. So typically we get a lot of inbound requests, a lot of requests through our network. We get about 7,000 candidates to our programs every year, so 150 slots. So these are a lot of choice. But here I look at the startups. Most of them are pure software, which is things that we don't really focus on. We like there's atom, there's electronics, living cells. This is one thing. I found one IoT company. I had a quick chat with them. Could be a good match. They agtech, so agriculture technology. We've done a few investments in this space, so robotics and sensors. So had a chat. Who knows? Maybe it's something.
What is the other question? The other direction I want to go in is, you know, again, funding is sort of this mystery. What do you have to, you know, when you're looking at a company in your space, what does it have to have?
It's a great question.
What is that it factor that makes you say, wow, that's interesting?
So I mentioned earlier the minimum fundable milestone. It's a bit of an art and science to identify what would get the funding. At our stage, what we want to see is a team that has a strong technology that's differentiated and which a strong competitive advantage in some way, like 10 times cheaper, 10 times faster, 10 times high quality, something. And we also want to see a prototype demonstrating part of that. So that's the baseline to talk to us. You don't come to us with just one guy and an idea on a napkin. That doesn't work for us. Some other people do that, we don't do that. And now the challenge for us in our startups is that, okay, we invested in you. Are you going to be able to get the next check to get you to the next level? And so that's where we work with them to try to identify which is the right milestone for them. And it's very, very industry specific. If you do medical devices, if you do anything with biology, sometimes it's getting that certification. Sometimes just through conversation with industry players, you try to get closer and closer to what they need, and to the point that they actually want to buy something, and you have first customer. So that's kind of identifying what you need to do. But now to have that conversation with investors, you also need to be talking to the right investors. When you talk to a group of 100 people in the room, let's say there's 100 investors you're pitching to, the vast majority won't care about what you do. Then it's not their sector, it's not the right stage, they're just not interested, you're not in the right geography. So there's so many things that could make them not interested. Like if you don't do anything with electronics or biotech, I'm not interested. It's not even worth the time. And so the challenge for I think founders, where it's frustrating for them and also for investors, that you need to do a lot of preparation to find the right match. So let's say you're doing a robotics company, you can find who's funding robotics company. That's a good start. Then find have they invested in your region, have they invested in your state? Who are the specific partners who did those deals? So that's it's a process. So it's not just an exercise in a charm at a corner table in a cocktail. It could be if you're really lucky, but mostly it's a process. So the calibrating and basically tailoring your approach to a specific investor tend to work a lot better than trying to last way. Now there's a few other things that you can do as founders to get on the radar of investors. Identifying them is one thing. What you can also do is try to get visible in the media. That's also a great asset, because imagine you're an investor, you heard of that company, like, okay, who are they? You're gonna type something on Google. Maybe you're gonna find your website. The website, of course, you're gonna say you're awesome. What's more reliable is if somebody else that's not paid by you says you're awesome. So it could be on Forbes, it could be on other platforms. Finding basically media references showing that somebody else who knows who understands what you're doing said you were great is also a great way to get on the radar. The last way is probably to approach investors via their portfolio companies. It also works really well, because particularly portfolio companies that already have a lot of momentum, already made their money, they're going to be of the investors. So if one of the founders of those companies tell them, hey, you should check those guys out, they're interesting, definitely you get on the radar. Ideally, you have all three. They see you in an event, they see you in the media, they hear about you from somebody they trust.
That increases your chances.
So it triangulates and you're right in the middle.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense to me. As a company, if you're out there listening and watching, what else can they do to prepare? And that initial conversation. We all hear about the pitch decks and all that stuff. Really, Zane was talking about this morning about telling your story really effectively. Is that any other advice to add to that, really?
So you have a lot of templates for what's a pitch deck and what should be inside, like the 10-slide thing.
It does work.
Market. Well, this is bringing a pen. It's like, okay, you've done the base work. You know what you're talking about. You know your market. You know your customers. You have a team that makes sense. You have technology you can explain. That's the minimum. You came with closes on. But beyond that, I think what
you get 7,000 applications a year.
How do you stand out?
How do you stand out?
Yeah. So to stand out, ideally you find some further proof that what you're doing is in demand. That proof of demand is very difficult to get when the product is not yet on the market. So that could come from conversations with industry where you have executives that can basically, you can quote that say, if you reach that thing, we actually want that stuff because that program represents that much money to us. So in B2B, that's conversation you can have. So validate that need and have more proof. Now, what Billy said around storytelling is also really important. I think most founders tend to have a very technical background, tend to be very factual about what they have. But what investors are interested in is not what you have today. They're interested in, okay, what could that be in 5 years? What could that be in 10 years? What could that be when you make it the best it could be? When it's everywhere? Like, what does the world look like? If you can paint that picture, it's much more engaging, it's much more relatable. So you don't want to be too, dreamy, or have kind of some past to that, but hinting at the impact it can have and how big that could be is definitely an asset. And it's a hard training actually for technical founders who tend to be much closer to just giving a description of today to project themselves further in the future in an engaging way. So it's not just having that vision, so tell it. And that's where I think Billy was saying every company should have their own production department. Absolutely. It's quite true. How do you tell the story? It's sometimes the story goes through the story of users that you've talked to, people with the problems that you're trying to solve. Those personal stories, like human interest stories, are much more memorable than if you say we have that much bandwidth, that much precision, thing, that much speed. It doesn't make people dream when you give them the numbers.
No, it's hard. It's hard to connect with people, right? Just get the facts, right? The numbers, spreadsheets.
I think a lot of countries will look at it very differently if facts matter.
Indeed. That is very true. Well, hey, thank you so much for sitting down with me, Benjamin. This has been really kind of educational because I think a lot of people wonder what the process is, wonder how it's done, how they can. And I think it's good advice to say, look, you got to do your homework, you got to do your research, you got to target.
Treat everything like a process,
right?
And there's a learning curve for everything. Like the first meeting you had with the investor, take note of all the questions and keep improving the answers, and then find ways in some cases to preempt the questions or to have better answers to questions. And as you go, it's going to get better.
And I also say, don't necessarily take the first money you're offered either. Right? I mean, sometimes I know in our business case, we were looking for money for so long, and when it came along, we should have known that it wasn't the right match, right? And so be careful who you partner with. Be careful that that's a match too.
I mean, turning down money is a bit of a rich people's problem, but in a way, it's very difficult to decide where to draw the line. Because when you take investment, you lose control. There's no way around. And it also gives you, suddenly the clock starts ticking because you have investors who are expecting returns. Whereas when you run your own business with zero investors, you do whatever you want. You're the king of your castle. Now it's not the case anymore. So you're still driving, but you have people shouting at you, telling you this and that, trying to just have you go faster. Maybe you're comfortable going that fast. Because the venture capital industry is its success is predicated on outliers, on companies that do fantastically well, and everything else is kind of rounding error. But as an entrepreneur, your company is definitely not a rounding error for you. So you have to be mindful of that, how much control you can give up, what kind of people you're getting on board. Ideally, the best situation is where you get a fair deal quickly enough, because dragging on trying to keep fundraising for more than 6 months is very counterproductive for the business. It's very draining, and it distracts you a lot. And you try to find investors who have the resources not only to help you finance your business, but also to guide next month. That's the ideal situation.
That makes, yeah, I like that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me too. You should really think about it in mind as you approach this. And thank you for spending some time with us. We're going to be back here in about 30 minutes or so with some students. They're going to be pitching their businesses here live on the program, and then give you guys a chance to give some feedback and to vote for your favorite student-run company from